Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going live again on a Tuesday evening, which means none other than Spotlight Hour. Spotlight Hour is an event every week, 6 PM till 7 PM, where a featured Pokemon gets basically more encounters. So literally most encounters, 99% of encounters, will turn into the featured Pokemon. This week's featured Pokemon is going to be Spritzee. So that is very, very nice shiny. We will show you one in just a second, but that's a terrible Clamperl off a research task. We'll get rid of that. Hey Will, how are you? Thanks very much for tuning in. First comment of the evening. Thank you very much for that. Do you live in Scotland? No, I don't. I live in England. So like the middle of the UK. Again, terrible Inco. So it is still, until Spotlight Hour starts at 6 PM, it is still the Serene Retreat event, should I say. And the Serene Retreat event finishes today. It finishes an hour after the Spotlight Hour finishes. So wherever you are in the world, once you've had your Spotlight Hour, 6 PM till 7 PM, 1 hour after that, at 8 PM tonight, the current event, the Serene Retreat, will finish. And that is an event where we get shiny boosted Moral, shiny boosted Mooner, and also a shiny boosted Chingling from 2 kilometre eggs. But as you can see from what eggs we have in, getting those 2 kilometre eggs is very, very difficult. We've got quite a lot of 5s, quite a lot of 10s, and obviously a couple of 12s there down in the bonus section. So it's a little bit annoying. I'm going to go to Toby Carvery soon, so I've got to go now. See you soon. Okay, well, thank you very much. Thanks very much for tuning in, Will. Even though it was a short stay. Thanks very much for dropping by. Do appreciate it. So let's see what this rocket is here. We'll start working towards a radar before the Spotlight Hour actually does start. And of course, the rocket leader that we're trying to, once we've got that radar, the rocket leader that we're going to try and find is Cliff. Now Cliff has got Shadow Gibble, which is a very, very nice shadow, and of course with Cliff now having Shadow Gibble, it also means it can be shiny. So a shiny Shadow Gibble would be very, very nice indeed. That is definitely what we're after. Hey Darkrai Lover, how are you? Thanks very much for dropping on. So we've got around about 12 minutes until most of the spawns now will turn into the Spotlight Hour featured Pokemon, which, like we said, was Spritzee. So that is going to be the Spotlight Hour featured Pokemon today. Shadow Spheal 187. I don't know if that's any good or not. The annoying thing about these shadows is just how much they move in it compared to normal versions. They just don't tend to stop moving, which is really annoying. So a 1-star, but we can tag that for evolve with how many Spheal candy we've got. So another thing that's happened today is, of course, we've entered into a new season on Pokemon Go. We haven't yet had a tier 5 raid boss change. That will be happening tomorrow. So as of tomorrow morning, Tapu Bulu will leave level 5 raids, or tier 5 raids, and it'll be replaced by Groudon, which is absolutely awesome. We haven't had Groudon on raids for quite some time now, so well over a year, I'd say. So it's nice to get Groudon returning back to level 5 raids. And then the week after that, we will get Kyogre. So both of those come back around before the Go Fest Global at the end of the month. So that'll be very, very nice to get both of those. But today, this morning, started the Delightful Days season, which is going to go on for the next 3 months. And in the little infographic that we've released, a little picture that we put up for the new season, it looks like we're going to get quite a lot of new Pokemon released, and also, I don't know if other people noticed, but there is a gold Pokestop on the little picture that we released, and a Gimmighoul hiding behind a rock. Now, is that going to be a Gimmighoul event where the Gimmighoul gets shiny released? I mean, we've had it in the game now for quite a while now, Gimmighoul, a couple of years. So is it maybe return of Gimmighoul shiny sometime this season? We'll have to wait and see. But it definitely brought that to my attention when I saw it on the seasonal image. So we'll have to wait and see if Gimmighoul does get its shiny release or not. But it was interesting that we included that. So again, let's just see if there is any more rocket stops about, or if there's any max stops. Now there's obviously a chancey there. We've got quite a lot of max particles still remaining today, 1,600. And there's a Machop up there, which is actually quite a nice one to do. So we might do that one as we walk up there for the spotlight hour. So we're heading into that time now where if we do encounter a shiny, we can actually not catch it, and it should, fingers crossed, change into a Spritzee when the spotlight hour starts. Now you can only do that trick going into an event. So same as if there was an event starting at the start of the day at 10 AM, like a lot of the events do. If you found a shiny that was at 9:58, let's say, leave it, and it may turn into something that you actually need rather than catching a shiny that you don't need. So, but it definitely doesn't work coming out of events. So don't try it. If you do get a shiny Spritzee at, let's say, 6:59 tonight, don't try and not catch it, because it's 9 times out of 10 it won't turn into another shiny on the way out of the event. So it only works going into the event, not on the way out. Hey Aston, how are you? Thanks very much for dropping in. So we've got around about 7 minutes until the spotlight hour, so we've got enough time to just change our buddy over. We've been working on our best Gigantamax Rillaboom that we got over the weekend. Yeah, I'm good, Aston. I'm very good. As long as the weather stays dry, that is, for the live stream, I'll be happy with that. Not overly warm, but still, as long as it doesn't start raining, that's the main thing. So we must be getting quite close with this Metagross now to best buddy in it. We're obviously on the last heart, so how close are we from best buddy in this? If we go and have a look, oh, we've only just got into the last heart, so 129 more hearts, so probably quite a while to go yet. No, the spotlight hour hasn't yet started. We go live on the channel a little bit earlier, prior to the spotlight hour, and then we can just get ourselves ready, and then it will start in 5 minutes time. So the spotlight hour will start in 5 minutes. So we're just shiny checking things at the moment, because if something sparkles now, we can leave it and it will turn into a shiny Spritzee instead. So that's what we're waiting for, and we're also just picking up a few gifts as well that we can send out later. So we did manage to get a shiny Chansey today. If you didn't already see, I did just put a little YouTube short up where we encountered this little shiny Chansey. It's the 4th one of this event so far. Of course, Chansey is permanently boosted to 1 in 64 instead of the normal 1 in 512 odds. But it is a right nice shiny. Can you show your stats, please? So my stats are here. You can see here, we've nearly got up to 780 million XP now. We're aiming to try and get 1 billion XP before the end of the year. So we are heading in the right direction with that. Hey, the Animal Fan, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. You're an OG player? Yeah, I'm an OG player. I started on the 2nd day that it came out. Oh, new season means we get a new dealing as well, which is quite nice. We get the summer dealing now here in the UK. It's always nice when we get a new dealing. Do you have a shiny Eevee? Yes, I do. I have been trying to complete the set of shiny Eevees. I think I've completed all the set. Let me just have a quick look. Shiny and Eevee, and we have 19 Eevees, some with a little bouquet of flowers in its head, should I say. Some with a little Christmas hat. And we have 36 in total. We have an Umbreon with a scarf, which is quite a nice costume shiny. So yeah, if we go down to the evolutions, see there we've got a couple of Vaporeons, a couple of Jolteons, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Sylveon. I think that's all of them, isn't it? Don't think I'm missing anywhere. Somebody will let me know in the comments if I'm missing anything, I'm sure. Can I have one? Unfortunately, I can't trade them because you have to be close to each other to trade. You have to be within 100 meters to trade Pokemon, unfortunately. Now, I've got a couple of Dynamax down here. There is a Sableye as well, so that'd be quite a nice one to do. Might just do that prior to the spotlight hour starting. Let's just go across here and live, there we go. Give me your court so I can teleport there. No, I think, give me your court so I can teleport there. No, I won't be giving me cords out. I think the trade as well, if you've not got a shiny Eevee, and obviously we're not friends in game, the trade would cost over $1 million Stardust, which is just way too expensive. But Eevee is regularly boosted shiny in some events. So make sure to keep an eye out for when it is boosted. So Spotlight Hour started. As you can see, loads of Spritzees have now started spawning, and they are quite a nice, excellent. So that means we'll probably put a luck egg on in a moment. In fact, we'll do that now before we forget. Let's put a luck egg on. Let's do Dialga Roar of Time for half an hour as well to make that lucky egg last for the full duration, a full hour. Do you stream, defeat that gym? Do you stream daily, Danzo? I stream on a Monday for Max Monday, I stream on a Tuesday for Spotlight Hour, and then we try and stream at the weekend sometimes. So either Friday, Saturday or Sunday, we will stream, and it all depends on the event. So like this week, for example, it is of course the Gigantamax Cinderace event. So I will be hosting events in my community because I'm a Pokemon Go ambassador. I host events for my community, so I regularly do that at weekends depending on what event's on. So therefore it means that we can't go live on those weekend events, but we might go live on Friday afternoon at around about 1-2 p.m, something like that. So let's jump into this Sableye and see how this goes. Now, Gengar is normally quite a decent one for this. Gigantamax Gengar, we've got him there. And we will go in with one Excadrill at least. Sableye used Power Gem. Doesn't do much damage really to the Gengar. Hey Milo, how are you? Is that a shiny G-Max? It is. It is absolutely cool as well, isn't it? Shiny G-Max Gengar is just so nice. Yeah, I'm good, thanks Milo. Thanks so much for tuning in. So let's switch out and go into the other Gengar. The good thing with Gengar as well is it charged up the Max meter really quickly. Love Pokemon Go. Awesome. That is what we like to hear. What is your favourite Pokemon? Gengar is cool. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Gengar's my favourite. Cinderace. That is a nice one. And it's got a Gigantamax form coming out this weekend. What do you think about that? Gigantamax Cinderace. I think it looks pretty cool. Stood on like a massive fireball. Yeah, it looks proper cool, Cinderace does, when it's Gigantamax. Hopefully you'll be able to do some. Right, so this is normal Gigantamax Gengar now, which is going to happen. So we've had the shiny. Let's see what the normal looks like. Do you NI? What do you mean, sorry? There we go, Dynamax Sableye is down and out. Now the good thing with Sableye, compared to most other Dynamaxes, exception would be Dynamax Chansey. Most other Dynamaxes, do you mind if we can do raids? Totally up to you, but I don't think I have a premium for 8 thing. So does that mean you've not got a remote raid pass? No shiny. That's a little bit annoying. So yeah, with Sableye, it is a boosted shiny odd. So normally the Dynamax's exception would be Chansey, which is permanently boosted to 1 in 64 anyway. But Sableye is also a permanent boosted shiny. It isn't full odds, 1 in 512. It is boosted to 1 in 128, and that is because it has a mega form. So anything that megas, that has been released mega already, can be shiny at a 1 in 128 rate. So that would be a shiny for Sableye. Now I have a regular one, just not the one we can see from home. Right, okay, so I haven't got any remote raids, unfortunately. So I won't be able to join any raids. I have got a few coins, but I'm trying to save the coins. I'm trying to save the coins for GoFest at the end of this week, end of this month, should I say. So yeah. Right, so what was this other Dynamax to cross here? This one was Machop. Shall we do a Machop? Quite easy down, Machop's a lot easier than Sableye. So we might as well do it. It is a level 2 as well. Moral, no shiny. Nice little excellent flavour. What is on our rocket balloon this time? Get ready to be defeated. No, I don't think so. I don't want to be defeated. I wouldn't say that rewards me with the best sort of things. Ooh, tiny one. Were those Shundo Dynamax Gengar? No, unfortunately not. I've never had a Shundo Gengar. I really, really want one. And of course, bottle caps are being released into the game very soon. So I could very well make my first Shundo Gengar by giving a shiny Gengar that I have a bottle cap, and therefore I can make it a Shundo. But it just depends what sort of bottle caps we have. If we have a gold one, then it increases each stat by 1, or it can make a 93 IV into a Hundo. But yeah, at the moment, the best shiny Gigantamax Gengar I've got is a 98, which is really, really annoying. So close. But yeah, that's the best one I've got so far. And I've got a lot of 98 shiny Gengars, to be fair. But yeah, that's the only Gigantamax one I've got. Right, let's jump in this one. Thank you very much, Milo. Thank you very much for dropping in. Good luck to you as well. Those are pretty high IVs though. Yeah. Yeah, I always try and lucky trade shiny Ghastly or Gengar. If I'm lucky friends with somebody and be like, I'm too sure what I want to do, I always ask for a Gengar or a Ghastly or Haunter. Just trying to get that Shundo. without having to use a bottle cap, but it hasn't worked for me. Can I add you? Yeah, I'll put my trainer code up on the screen in just a moment after we've done this battle. And then you can take a screenshot of it and add me at any time. That's no problem. I've just created a few more friend spaces as well before we went live. Deleted some people I'd gone best with, so that's created a bit of space. So a nice easy Machop. We have got 2 Hundo Dynamax Gastlys, or Gengars now, which is very, very nice, but still no Hundo Gigantamax one. But the 2 Hundo Dynamax ones that come in handy very, very often, as you've just seen there. No shiny. 720. Why do I get a feeling that's a good one? Why do I get a feeling 720 is a good one? Is it a good one? Or is 727, something like that? Oh, it must be 727. That is annoying. That is annoying. 96 on the Machop. That is so annoying. Hundo would have been nice. So these Spritzees are going to be quite difficult to catch, just because Spritzee tends to be anyway. Won't stay in the ball even if you do hit it. So hitting it's not a problem, it's to getting it to stay in the ball. So I'll put my trainer code up on the screen. If you want to add me, please make sure to take a screenshot of that. Let me know in the comments as well that you sent me a request, and then I know who it is who's adding me. So take a screenshot of that now, and then we can start catching Spritzees, looking for that shiny one. And the shiny Spritzee is really, really nice. It goes to a lovely purple colour, the shiny one. Hopefully we get one tonight so I can show you. If not, we have already got one in the storage, so I can show you that later. If we don't get one, but I'm hoping that we do get one tonight. Would quite like another shiny Spritzee. Fur throw, that is not what I wanted. I don't want you to head of a ball. Why does it want to keep heading a ball? Fur throw. Stop it. There we go. Good dog. Aston sent me a friend request. Thanks so much for that, Aston. Brilliant, I've just had that come through. Thank you. I'll accept that in just a second, and then I'll send you straight away. If you can open that up, that'll be fantastic. Friend request accepted. And Aston is there. Level 50 as well, Aston. Well done. Awesome. So yeah, I've sent you a gift now, Aston. Open that up whenever you want to, mate. So what is this one? We have Key. Come on, Shadow Ghastly. Come on, Shadow Ghastly. Please be a Shadow Ghastly. Oh, it's Duskull. So annoying when that happens. I still haven't got a good Shadow Gengar yet. The Shadow Gengar is like what it was made for. It lives in the shadows. That's literally what it is. So a Shadow Gengar would be absolutely amazing. I think I've got one, but it's not brilliant on the RVs. It is a 3-star, but not a very good one. So yeah, I would definitely like a 3-star. Yeah, the Ghost Grunt. Always do the Ghost Grunt whenever I see it. It's just a shame that 9 times out of 10 it isn't Ghastly. Tends to be either Gullet or Duskull. I haven't seen Shuppet in it for quite some time, which is a good thing. They drop useful PvP mons mostly, yeah, they do. Unfortunately, I don't do PvP. But look at him, he's right at the end and I can't catch him, I can't even encounter him. You can only ever encounter the first or second Pokemon and it just teases me by putting Gengar at the end. He's so cool. It is what he was made for, being a shadow. But there we go. No doubt it'll be a Shadow Duskull encounter. Shadow Sableye would be quite nice, I hope. Maybe we get a Shadow Sableye if we're lucky enough. With that being the second Pokemon we encountered. No, Duskull. Duskull it is. Thanks, Duskull, for moving it at the wrong time. Much appreciated. And again, terrible. We'll put them in 2 times evolve. Awesome. Aston's opened the gift. Thank you very much. Nice little 6,000 XP there. From the first stage of friendship. And our free raid pass for today. We haven't spun a gym yet. That's quite late on in the day not to be spinning a gym. Let's go ahead and drop this daily adventure incense. And this will last for the duration of a spotlight hour as well now because of that roar of time we've got on. And maybe, just maybe, we can encounter a glaring bird during a spotlight hour. That would be awesome if we can. It has happened quite a few times during spotlight hours where we've had a glaring bird. Hopefully today can be one of them. We haven't seen one for a couple of weeks now, so maybe we are edging ever closer to seeing another one soon. I don't know if it's just me, but it does tend to be a case where you do go weeks without seeing a glaring bird and then you end up seeing perhaps a couple quite close together and then again you go weeks after not seeing one again. How many birds have I got? So let's go Galar and Articuno. I've got 6 of them, 2 shinies. Zapdos. I've got 3 of them, 2 hundos. And Moltres. I've got 3 of them, no shinies, no hundos. A little bit disappointed with Moltres. But Articuno and Zapdos are treating me well. It's just a shame that the team colour I am, Moltres, Team Valor, is letting me down. How many shiny birds have you got? Or how many birds have you got? Normal birds, should I say. Star you? No shiny. Catch 5 different species of Pokemon. Yes, we've done that. And it's another moral. I think we did manage to get a hundo moral today off of research. Yeah, you can see there, 442 off research is a hundo, which was a very nice hundo. It's just a shame that with it being shiny boosted, it wasn't shiny. That would have been a nice hundo. Catch 5 different species of Pokemon. Well, that's not a brilliant task to have during a spotlight hour when it's mainly just one Pokemon, but we have got a Furfrou here, and it looks like we've got our Smeargle, which previously photobombed us, that we didn't catch from before. So there's a Furfrou, and Smeargle does stay in the ball. And I think that moral should finish that task off if it stays in the ball. Have you attended any in-person Go Fest event yet? I attended the London Go Fest event 2023, I think. But other than that, unfortunately not. Struggle to find time to fly, unfortunately, at the moment. But hopefully in the future I will do. What about you? How many in-person Go Fest events have you attended? Did attend the City Safari, that's nice. I was supposed to attend the Safari Zone in Liverpool 2019, I think it was, or 2020, but then it got cancelled because of COVID, which was a little bit annoying. Obviously for the right reasons, but still. It was annoying to get hyped up for an in-person event and then it didn't happen. So then it got cancelled and then they postponed it, and then they made it so that we could do it like in our local area. You could just do it anywhere globally and you get the same spawns, a bit like a Go Fest Global. So yeah, it was a little bit annoying, but still managed to do the event, just didn't manage to do it in the environment and all the hype of an in-person event, which was a little bit disappointing, but obviously it was in that very difficult time for all of us, so it was understandable. Quite a few Spritzees around here, so I'm just taking my time catching these. Trying to hit as many excellent throws as well, because of it being 2 times catch XP, and also having that lucky egg. We are getting around about 4,500 per excellent throw. And something I haven't done, and I need to do, is fairy type. Let's go Mega 3 and Fairy, and we'll Mega Evolve one of these. And what this will do is give us additional XP as well as additional candy. So we'll get more candy for the Spritzee that we're catching because we have a Mega Evolution of the same kind. And it will also give us additional XP. So if I hopefully catch this Spritzee, you'll be able to see that we do get a 100 XP bonus for having a Mega Evolution per catch. So you can see that active Mega Evolution bonus, 100 XP. So we are now getting slightly more than what we were doing before, which is good. It all adds up. 2 million XP in the spotlight. Tried to catch as many with a lucky egg. That is obscene. That is crazy amount. Well done on that though. That is absolutely ridiculous. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to catch that much this evening. Not hitting the excellent throws though, that's not going to help. Terrible throws on those. We did catch them over. Right, so let's see what this is, and it is Rock and Roll, which can actually be quite a few good things recently. It has been known to have Tyrant, Amora, so, and obviously Cranidos in the past, but I don't think that's one of the first Pokemon you can encounter now. I think it might have gone to like a second place on some occasions. But as you can see, Tyrant, so we'll take that. Definitely take a Tyrant. We'll switch into Kartana. And I did read a informational graphic a couple of days ago, which basically said, that is crazy. What XP are you at now? How much more do you need to do to reach that goal? There is a Cranidos, by the way. So yeah, I did read an informational graphic the other day about Rocket Battles, and it basically stated that White Kyurem and Kartana are notoriously brilliant at taking down most rockets, because even when we don't do too much damage, so like Kartana now, it's not super effective against this Tyrantrum, but it just hits it so quickly and does a decent amount of damage that it just takes it down anyway. So yeah, White Kyurem and Kartana just seem to obliterate most rockets, so they are always a nice one to have in your team when you are doing rockets. .559 CP on the Tyrant. I don't know if that's any good or not. Not too sure. I haven't got familiar yet with that. 484 million XP, so 16 million XP before Go Fest. Yeah, definitely need to knuckle down. Should be able to do it. Just under 1 million XP a day. That's surely achievable. I started this year, I started 2025, so at the start of every year, ever since I've reached level 50, I always try and set myself 3 goals on Pokemon Go, because when you get to level 50, you'll know yourself, it does get like, you have to sort of set your own goals because there's nothing else you can really do. So, does Kartana have a grass fast type? Yes, it does, yeah. I think it's still up there as one of the best grass types in the game, to be fair, Kartana. But yeah, it's ridiculous how fast it attacks. But yeah, so at the start of every year, I always set myself some targets, and this year was no different. I set myself a target of trying to get a shiny glowing bird, of which we have. We got an Articuno, not one that's been traded to us, catch one ourselves, and we did, we got an Articuno. I set myself a target to get my most wanted normal shiny, so a shiny in the wild that I've been wanting for so long, and that was Clauncher this year. And if you remember back in March time, it had that Deep Depths event where it got a shiny boost, and we ended up getting 3 of that event, which was very, very nice. So that was another target complete. And then our other target, which we started the year on 541 million XP, we said to us, well, I said to myself, I want to try and get to 800 million XP by the end of the year, which was pretty obscene, being that in 2024 I'd only gone up by 160 million. So it's virtually doubling what I'd done in 2024. And then when I started thinking about 800 million XP, I thought, well, that's quite close to a billion in my head. Obviously it isn't, it's another 200 million, but in my head you think, well, that's not far off a billion. Let's just go for a billion. So I started the year on 541 million XP, and I'm now targeting 1 billion by the end of the year, which means every single day I've got to be averaging 1.25 million XP every day for the whole year, which is pretty crazy. It's virtually my entire XP. Like I say, I started on 541, and it's basically double that, less 41 million, but it's nearly double that, double what I've done in 9 years of Pokemon Go, I'm trying to do in 1 year. So I'm very, very much XP heavy this year. Last year was all about doing best buddies and trying to reach a target on those, which we did manage to do, and this year is all about XP. So I'm really knuckling down and trying to get as much XP as I can this year for that target that I've set myself. Yeah, well, I hope both of our grinds go well. Unfortunately, mine goes on past Go Fest, whereas yours hopefully finishes there, unless you set yourself another target after that. I'll race you to a bill. So yeah, it'll be a good update to see where we are. But looking forward. But yeah, so at the start of every month, which of course we've just gone into June now. So at the start of every month, I always do a little bit of an update as well on the channel on how we are getting on with those yearly targets. And I'll be posting that later on tonight, probably in the form of a YouTube short, because the only target we've got left now is the XP one. So I won't do like a full length video, I'll just do it as a short video. And you'll be able to see where we are, where we were at the start of the year from the screenshot I had, where we were at the start of May, and then how much we've increased in the month of May. We should have gone up by 40 million. I don't know if we have or not. We'll have to see what the screenshot said before, at the start of May. I don't know what it says. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, to keep on track, we should go up by 40 million. That's the average each month we need to be going up by. But yeah, we'll see. So try and keep our eye out later for that video when I post that up. So we're still not getting any shiny Spritzees as of yet. 35 minutes past 6 now, so we're over the halfway mark. And no shiny Spritzees as of yet. Let's go and see if we can get some up in this direction. Now we are going through a few public footpaths, so you will probably hear a few gates closing behind me. How many raids are you planning on doing during Go Fest? Well, normally what I do on a Go Fest is Saturday I focus on the wild spawns and all the different zones that obviously go around every hour. So I always focus on wild spawns on a Saturday, and then Sunday focus on raids. So it all depends really. Sometimes I can go raiding really quickly. Other times I'm hosting the raids in my community, in my group, so therefore checking everybody's in, making sure people have got enough in their lobby if it didn't fit into ours, etc, etc. So that obviously slows me down, but it makes sure everybody gets what we want from GoFest effectively. Even if it slows me down, at least everyone else is happy. So yeah, it all depends on what the community want to do basically around me. But yeah, how many are you hoping to do? I'm hoping to do quite a lot of Zaken and Zeramazentes. Yes, I am a community ambassador. I'm a Pokemon Go community ambassador, which just makes me sound posh, but yeah, I'm a community ambassador. So I host the events in my community. So I'll be hosting the Gigantamax Cinderace this weekend. Following weekend, I'll be hosting Inteleon. Tomorrow night, I'm hosting Groudon Raid Hour. So yeah, there's a lot of hosting involved. There's a lot of organising, a lot of hosting. And sometimes I don't find time to do any YouTubing, but we've managed to find time to that. Which community? It's just my local town. It's no big city or anything. It's just my local town. We've got around about 200 members in the Discord group. But yeah, on Campfire there's like 700 people, but that's just because anybody can join. It doesn't mean about the local. But yeah, there's about 200 active members. A lot of spawns around here. Now this is a nest here. It's the only nest I have locally to me. But it does seem to be spawning all Spritzees at the moment. That's a pretty big bunch. Yeah, luckily they don't all come out all at once. I think probably the biggest turnout we've had on a raid day or a Gigantamax meetup, whatever. The biggest community meetup we've had is probably around about 40, 45 trainers all at once. So yeah, that gets a little bit hectic, especially when it's a raid day and you can only fit 20 in a lobby, and then you have 2 lobbies of 20 and then 1 lobby of 5. It just doesn't work. So I end up having to split people into team colours. So I have to quickly add up how many are Valor, how many are Instinct, how many are Mystic, and then work out which team would be better on their own. So if there's more Valors, then Valor would go in a private lobby. Mystic and Instinct would jump in just one normal lobby, basically, to try and even the numbers out. So yeah, it's a bit more complicated when that happens. So yeah, I quite like when the numbers are below 20. It's a lot more easy to organise. Unless it's, of course, Gigantamax. Then you definitely want more. So a couple more Spritzees around here, and then we'll move on again. Yeah, in-person Gmax planning is something, yeah, definitely. It's not so much the Gmax, which is the difficult part, because with my community, we very rarely get 40. Now, of course, with invites now, it's a lot easier as well. So if we are running low on numbers, i.e. we're getting closer to like 10 on some Gmaxes, mainly that happens when people have come out, they've done the free ones, they don't want to buy the particle packs, which, you know, not everybody does. Then when those sort of people drop off, you're just left with the people who are willing to buy the particle packs. So therefore you're left with probably about 10 people. So before that was a real struggle to carry on doing the Gigantamaxes, but now with the invites, it's just loads better. You could just keep spamming invites out and you soon get like full lobbies with these Gigantamaxes now. But yeah, I would say the most difficult thing to organise as a community ambassador at the moment is the legendary Dynamaxes. They are really difficult to organise because you can only fit 4 in a team, And when you get like 20 people turn up or 30 people turn up, you then have to split people into groups of 4 and check out everybody's counters in each group to make sure that that group would be able to do it. Because not everybody's going to have Dynamax Pokemon powered up. Not everybody's going to have the right counters. So you have to go through and check everybody's Pokemon and what team they've got assigned and say, right, you've not got a very good team, so you go with this group of 3 which have all got good teams, and they'll carry you. You know what I mean? We have to keep doing that, and it's a lot of organising. And then I assign them a team number, so I just say, like, you're team 1. If I shout team 1, you jump in. No one else go in. As soon as you're in, press ready, team 2 will go in. Shiny Spritzee, let's go! Yeah, Shiny Spritzee! Look at him, it's so cool. So yeah, Dynamax meetups is just, yeah, it's really, really difficult to organise sometimes. Look at him. Shiny Spritzee. So freaking cool. I don't know what it's based on, Spritzee, as a Pokemon. I don't know what they've based it on. But it does look pretty cool. If you could come up with a funny nickname for Shiny Spritzee, then I'll definitely change its name. And I'll keep it to your funny nickname. But yeah, let me know in the comments if anybody can come up with a funny nickname for our Shiny Spritzee. Obviously nothing too rude, because Pokemon won't allow me. So I'm going to start heading up this direction because there is a Dynamax Sableye up here. So we'll jump in that as well. I think I've still got enough free particles. I have 800. So enough to do 2 in fact. So we'll do this one and see if we can find another one somewhere. We are a little bit spread out today though. There's a Machop down there. Shadow Lapras up there on a raid. Brilliant. Thanks very much for tuning in, Aston. Much appreciated. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, mate. And I will see you around, no doubt. Right, so let's see what tasks we've got. We've got a couple of catch 5 different species of Pokemon, which is okay when we're not in a spotlight hour and all the Pokemon are the same. But when we are, it gets a little bit annoying. Let's see what this task is here. We have hatch an egg, so we'll keep hold of that one. Of course, half egg hatch distance at this moment in time. So let's just go across here a little bit and we should be able to reach this Dynamax Sableye. There we go. So we're going with Excadrill this time. It did recommend Excadrill last time, but we changed it to Gengar. Let's see if Excadrill does take down Dynamax Sableye a little bit quicker this time around. Hopefully it does. And then we will carry on our Shiny Spritzee hunt, of which we've got 1 so far in this spotlight hour, which is good. Very, very good. Of course, the odds for Shiny Spritzee is 1 in 512, so I don't think we've encountered 512 this spotlight hour. So we're probably above the odds at the moment, during this hour alone anyway. Let's collect those bubbles and charge that max meter up as quickly as we can. With our little Metagross here. Not Metagross. That is not a Metagross. If anybody's watching this, that is not a Metagross. Ignore what I've said. That is an Excadrill. Metagross. Amateur hour. Get the baubles, get the baubles. Now, Sableye Dynamax Shiny would be so cool. I would say Sableye is up there as one of my... It's probably in my top 10 favourite Pokemon. And that's partly because he's so cool anyway. And he's a Ghost type. Ghost and Dark, which is quite a cool typing. But not only that, but he is so cool as a shiny when he goes gold in colour and then he has a green gem instead of a red one. It's just such a cool shiny. It's very, very cool. So a couple of Scorching Sands. And we'll switch into another Excadrill and just see what fast move this one's got. Whether we've got Mud Slap as well on this one, we have. So it looks like all our Excadrills have got Mud Slap, which doesn't charge up a meter very quickly, but still, we can hopefully take this down with no problem. No major problem anyway. And it started raining, which is absolutely fantastic. At least it's raining now. Why has it kicked me out? That's weird. None of our Pokemon died then. None of our Pokemon died and yet it kicked me out. That is a little bit annoying. That is very annoying. Let's just go back and get that one again. Because that shouldn't have happened, but it did. So 4,780 XP. Right, so we'll jump back in. We'll revive whatever's... As you can see, they've not died, so it's just kicked us out for no reason, which is a little bizarre. And let's go in with Gengars. And why not try out that Rillaboom? Yeah, why not try out that Rillaboom? Might be a good one for charging a meter. So we will do this Sableye, even if it takes us 2 attempts, because it randomly kicked us out. So hopefully the max meter charged up quickly, more quickly than the last attempt, where we just had our Excadrills, because they were doing Mud Slaps, so we weren't doing too much to the charge meter there. But you can see here the scratch with Rillaboom is actually doing pretty decent and charging up that max meter. And then we can switch into our Gengars, which is why we've put them in the team. Because he should do decent damage against Sableye. We switch into our shiny Gigantamax Gengar. Just look at him, he's absolutely amazing. One of the best designs, I think, ever. It's just so cool. So it'll probably take around about three Gigantamaxes to take down the Sableye. And it definitely looks like it's going to start really raining. Like really raining. I don't know if we can avoid it or not, but let's see. Let's see how we get on. We don't have long left of the spotlight hour, so I'm sure whatever weather's got chucking at us in the next 9 minutes or so, we can withstand. Sounds like a bit of thunder, to be fair. Just what the live stream needs, a little bit of thunder. At least we're not getting hit by massive amounts of chairs and tables like this little Sableye is here. Yeah, it's definitely going to start thundering. There's rumbles. I can hear them. So yeah, welcome to the live stream. It's thundering here. Hopefully it's better weather where you are. Let's collect that. So we should only have to Gigantamax once more with our Gengar. And collecting that should mean that we do start to Gigantamax, which we do. So our shiny Gengar again. This is our 98 shiny Gigantamax, so close to a hundo. Was obtained through a lucky trade. It's just a shame that it wasn't one stat higher. But still, 98 Gengar is a very, very nice shiny and something we can work with when the bottle caps get released on the game. So that is still a positive. Foul play, still doing super effective damage to our Gengar, but we did dodge it. So it didn't do as much damage as what it normally would. And again, another attack incoming. This one will defeat us though. Second Gengar now in. Shadow Ball and Sableye is down and out. So let's just skip through these awards as quickly as we can. We might actually leave our Rillaboom there. Let it earn some candies for a little bit. It's been our buddy for today, so we might as well leave him and see what it earns us. No shiny, but 829. That seems like it's going to be our best one so far, in my opinion. I don't know what our highest Sableye is, and I don't know what the hundo is, but 829 looks like it could be quite high. It's a 3-star, but it's not amazing. It's got 15 attack, it's 11, 14. So it's not amazing. Well, that's just brilliant. Pokemon now needs to update. Well, that is just amazing. That is crazy. Right in the middle of Spotlight Hour, we now get a forced update. Thanks very much. So Spotlight Hour was a success for the majority of it. And then we had a forced update, of which you can now see is installing. We can't get rid of this little pop-up, but it is installing. You can see there at the top. And we should be good to go. Let's just see if we can get back on. It always seems to happen either on a Spotlight Hour or on a raid hour here in the UK. We always seem to get this forced update pushed through at those sort of hours, which is a little bit annoying. Well, it's a lot annoying. Doesn't give us a shiny either. I would have forgive it if we first one we clicked on was a shiny. I would have definitely forgive it, but we didn't. So thanks, Pokemon. Thanks for nothing. Right, a little bit of a rant over, and we are now back on the game after a little bit of a forced update. So let's head up to this Pokestop up here, which is on its own a little bit. Is the allotment, so does just come to a dead end up here. And we've got 4 minutes left of the spotlight hour. We've completed a few challenges as well by the looks of it. Perhaps catching that Sableye on that Dynamax helped as well. So what other challenges have we got in? Spin 5 Pokestops. That's a relatively easy one to do. We have no problem in doing that. Catch 5 different species of Pokemon. Come on, Swinub. We need you because you're a different species. There we go. And there is our 5th Pokestop. Means we can complete that one, and we've got another Moral. Still not had one of these shinies this event. And it doesn't seem like we are going to. With just over an hour left. Seems highly unlikely that one of those is going to be shiny for us now. Is this Noibat raid hour? We just had 2 Noibats hatch at exactly the same time, right next to each other. Anywhere else got a Noibat? No. Golbat? Maybe it's a bat raid hour. We'll have to wait and see. Would be funny if there was just loads of bats on raids right now. Almost is. So just over a minute left of spotlight hour left today. And as we mentioned before, it is also the start of June, so I will be putting up another YouTube short video later on this evening, just seeing how far we've managed to get up the XP chart over the course of May, seeing what we started the month of May on, and also what we are now on as we start the month of June, and seeing if we are on track for our yearly target of trying to hit 1 billion XP by the end of the year. So that'll be an interesting little video. Make sure to keep an eye out for when that comes out. And being that we will be finishing the spotlight hour soon, we will be ending the stream soon. So it's also a good time to remind people, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. You can do it really easy if you're on a mobile device. You can double tap the screen, and you can also subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell as well. And as we are just saying that, the spotlight hour is now finished. So let's just claim that research task there that we've just done. And Pokemon storage is full, which is ideal really, as we've just finished the spotlight hour. Would have been a little bit annoying to keep clearing that out during the hour. So that hour is finished. Let's have a quick look and see if we manage to get any hundos, and then we'll have a look again at that shiny. So hundos, no hundo Spritzee, unfortunately. Hundo Moral, we managed earlier on today off a research. So if you are hunting a hundo, 442 off a research task is a hundo. And shiny wise, we did manage to get a shiny Spritzee. Very, very nice shiny Spritzee. Lovely, lovely shiny. Goes to that lovely deep purple colour. Very cool shiny. And how does that compare to our other shiny Spritzees? We've managed to get 3 now in total. One was from a lucky trade, and then we've caught 2 ourselves, a 1 star, and that one tonight was a 0 star. So the worst one out of the 3 shinies we've got, but still a nice one to get. So that has been the Spotlight Hour live stream tonight, and as we say that, the Daily Adventure Incentives finished at the same time. No glaring bird, a little bit annoying. We'll have to wait for another day for that. But that has been the Spotlight Hour live stream tonight. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on that notification bell. Thanks to everybody who got involved in the comments tonight. If you didn't, make sure to try and do that next time you tune in. I'd love to get involved in the comments. So thanks so much for that. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.